to keep up with the guys, the Bobby Brown, Lil Dishon, even Tony, they were doing great too.
Yeah, with the
Just
revival
to keep
album.
up with it, to keep up with it, what was needed was a new sound right away, some hot dance tracks right away, and to get more into the sound. What was the sound now that Teddy Riley started?
New Jack Swing.
New Jack.
Yeah.
We had to get a part of that right away. Like My Heart and Still in Love, great songs, but it wasn't right at that moment. They wasn't turning the corner to how music was turning. So we had to get right back in there because we had been successful off the new album, the first album. We had to get right in there and get on board, man. We had to.
And the Attitude album, for me, is my favorite from you guys. And for the producers you had on this album, you had Joyce Irby with a young protege, Dallas Austin. You still had Mark Gordon and Levert. You had Chucky Booker, and it also seems as if you guys, Stephen and Alan were doing a little bit more writing on that album.
Yeah, yes. It wasn't a lot, but they had started. Yeah, they just had started writing on that album. The group of producers we had at that time, I felt it was perfect for Troop. Just from the demeanor to everything, it was just so perfect. Nobody really stood out like a sore thumb. Nobody did. No producers. No. It was just so perfect, man. Everything was lined up so perfect.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it is my favorite Troop album. And I interviewed Joyce Irby and told her about my music and my love. Really enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll always love you. What do you remember of working with Joyce Irby? Because she was, a trailblazer as a female producer coming from the classic group Klymaxx. What do you remember being in the studio with Joyce?
Okay, you really want to know the truth? What I was thinking as a young guy, to be honest with you, I was thinking one thing. There's one song that I love to go to the club and dance. Men are paused when I walk into the room. Men are paused. That's all I kept thinking. I ain't gonna even lie, man. That's all I kept thinking because I love the song so much, and I was amazed to see her and just like, wow, she actually got a song that one of my number one favorite songs in the day, and there she is. So I didn't go deep into all the talent, and I just love that I was around her, and she don't even know how many times I danced to that song. I danced to that song 100 times. That's where my mind was, man. Honestly, straight look at her, again, all pause. That's the only thing I was thinking of. I promise you.
Oh goodness! How did when you were working on say My Music, which is a nice New Jack track, does she come up and says, "Okay, we're going to do this," and how do you remember working on in the studio how the music, the production and the session went?
Well, one particular song on My Music, I remember, and the fellas probably get on me because I be wrong sometimes, but I know My Music. She kind of had us writing our own parts, plus her help, but she kind of had us kind of doing some writing a little bit on, because we all had a part on My Music. Everybody had a part, but I think she was kind of like letting us do a little bit, and she was writing and she was letting us do a little bit. I think she was just kind of teaching us at the time that this is what you're gonna need to do, fellas.
Wow.
Even though she was running it, but she still kind of let us do a couple of little writing lines here and there. Well, I can remember, yeah, she let us, and that was like, for me, that was like, wow. I mean, I got my first lead. I got my first little lead part, man. Like because of Joyce. It was like everybody should have a part on My Music, And that was my first time doing a little lead. I was kind of rapping, singing a little, and that, really. But it was Joyce, man. I think she was teaching us that this is how it's going to be, and this is what you need to do, instead of just always sit back waiting on people to deliver songs you can do yourself. And I think that really, really, really kicked it off right there when she was kind of letting us do little lines here and there. I do remember that. I do remember that from her. I remember that really, really good from her.